ever had. So that's always exciting, huh?
Can you repeat that just so that our listeners know?
Oh, listeners, Miss Gloria said that out of all the shows she's done and radio shows that we were the most fun show, and she loves our show. So, but that was one of the most fun interviews. You know me, I'm such a tranny nanny anyway, but she was a great interview. She was
She's very
very
spunky.
open and spunky,
She
and
was. Like
that
I
was
said, I was really worried because we did get out of that same issue of that magazine. Uh, I booked the one author that we had on where she got all y'all panties in a twist, where she talked about
oh, that was
submitting
the
to your
husband.
husband.
Yes, yes,
None of you
yes.
liked her, but I loved her.
I know. Did you see
Submissive
my
bitch.
face when she was saying that? I was like,
Yeah.
Sierra, the submissive bitch, loved her.
Yeah.
When she had been here, I had never mind. I had like written a little note like how much longer I might murder myself.
But
So she was great though. She was
she was
great.
good.
She was great.
Her subject was good. Yeah, exactly.
But I must have sent interview requests to 5 other people besides these two, besides that girl and Gloria, and all of them basically came back with, we don't think this show's a right fit for
Gloria
our subject.
listened to it all. She listened to it before she came on. She knew well aware, and she says, "You guys are fabulous. I can see exactly why you're in your 5th season. The mix of the 4 of you is just perfect."
She said though she agreed that we say fuck a lot.
she did. She said she
counted
because we were trying to behave after that. So I have to give my brother Christopher a shout out. He's
Give him a
listening.
shout out. Hey, Christopher.
Hi,
He's in
Christopher.
chat as
Should
well.
we give him a little bit of cleavage?
Well, no, you can't.
Oh, please.
There you
I have
go.
to
This
tell
is
you-
for you, Christopher.
I don't watch
Ourselves.
no, because I'm
Because
yeah.
your titties are too little.
Well, besides that, thanks.
Hey, wait a second. We're still both pissed at you, so therefore you do not get to talk about
About
our
us.
breasts
Yes, thank you.
or anything
Yeah.
negative.
But I did
For one
watch,
show.
For one show.
I did watch the interview we did with Chris at the vendor fair because Toxie was like, you need to watch it. She's like, I think it's really good.
Wait, Chris, your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Can
You were
everybody
there.
scoot down 6
Did I
inches?
do the interview with your brother?
No.
No,
You
you
were
weren't
sitting
there.
at the end of the table. You came
Oh,
in towards the
Christopher.
Chris.
Yes. The one.
I'm thinking your real life brother.
No, the chocolate brother. That we
I
all
know
saw
the
picture
chocolate
of.
brother that I wanted to.
The one that we
go
all thought
in the
Glitch
little booth with
should be
by
hitting.
ourselves.
So-
Yeah.
The one we thought Glitch should be hitting.
Yeah.
Hitting it.
Actually, just I know you're about to get on that, and I don't mean to interrupt, but seriously, we should just fill out his website again because from doing the interview, I went on there. He has like some amazing photography in his jam.
C Dave Vision.
CDAVISION.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out, guys.
Like
Toxie says
Division.
it's awesome.
C Division. Sorry, bro. C Division.
Right.
.com.
Only spelled with an A instead.
Now
of
What were we
continue
gonna
the
talk
story.
about?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So Toxie was like, we're messaging during the week like we usually do. Well, you really need to watch it, and I think you need to put it on your Glitz page because you kind of took the lead with the interview and the chemistry between you two. It's really funny. Blah 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 blah. So today, as I was getting ready to come to the show, I was watching it. I had it on. I was listening to it, and it is pretty freaking funny.
There you go, girl. There
I'm
you
like,
go.
I'll tell you guys, randomly pick a portion of the show to listen to or download the 3-hour podcast, which will hopefully be up on iTunes by the end of the month because I've got to do some backup work. But listen to them. This is to you guys once in a while, not every week.
I
because
actually do it every week, just to let you
Good
know.
for you. I listen to them most times. You know.
For the first year, I listened every week, and then I realized, you know what, I just need to listen every now and then just to make
Right.
sure that I'm still keeping on top of what it is that I need to do and change. Because what I found that it helped me do is I'm really snappy with the comebacks on the show, and that's because I went back and listened to myself, and so I've kind of trained my brain into thinking a step or two ahead of the
Smart.
conversation.
Yeah,
You are.
exactly. Yeah, she's very witty.
One thing I found out is I'm very fidgety,
Yeah.
and I don't like looking at myself. So that's why I don't like watching it. Believe it or not, Glitch does not like looking at herself.
Well, I make fun watching it.
You know,
I
I just have to say something. Because I keep looking here, and your eyeshadow is fucking awesome.
I
Okay.
did something different.
You know what?
tonight.
I cannot put. I have no idea how to put on eyeshadow. And you guys know
You have
I
no
wear
eyelids.
makeup all the time. I do have eyelids. And yesterday I had this dress on. I went 2 days of my dress, but that's a sad story. I had little blues on and stuff, and it looked okay. But I guess I have no idea. And your eyeshadow is kicking today.
Oh, thanks.
Beautiful.
It's part of the color I'm getting from tanning. Just saying.
So you say.
Okay,
I
so
was
just
very
your
pasty
eyelids.
before. I mean, no,
So
I
it's
agree that
just working on your eyelids.
yeah.
Even though you're supposed to have those little eyeball alien eye
do.
things
But
on.
I'm not very dark, and I don't want to be Jersey Shore dark, but I was very pasty before.
Yeah, because
I'm
you
getting
would
a little
totally
bit
go
of color.
Snooki.
A little.
Okay, sure.
Like
You
this
know.
kind of color?
No.
You could get some nice color with spray tans as well,
Well, hey, listen, the tanning with the new gym,
and less
and maybe it's
chances
my,
of cancer.
I've been going to the gym, and I know it's
The
not
healthy glow.
but like, what's it called? Your I don't know. What the hell
Your
it's called.
pheromones?
Melatonin.
I was gonna say pheromones, but isn't that
Not
smell?
pheromones.
Pheromones is smell.
Well, the smell
Your
of a good
endorphin.
Your
yeah,
endorphins.
your
I got
endorphins
excited.
will help, but your pheromones will make you more attractive to other people, whether you're actually more attractive or not.
Well, my pheromones must be
Well,
going
shit,
up.
I need to.
They are.
Yeah, the
They
slut
are.
pheromones. Those are pretty
And
prevalent.
there's a problem with that?
I guess not. I guess not.
Okay,
As
so
long as you keep the
anyway,
gonorrhea to yourself.
shout out to my bro, C Division
You should punch
Photography.
her. That was worthy of a punch.
I want to make an announcement to everybody out there listening. I do not have any diseases, okay? I'm very safe. I have no gonorrhea, no syphilis, no
They say-
hepatitis, no HIV. What else? What else talent testing does they test for?
They say
Trick.
Trick. I got no trick.
They say aging is a disease.
I really hate that bitch. I really, really do. I mean, today
Oh
I
look,
really do.
Goldilocks said mixing bronzer with your lotion can give you a healthy glow year round.
There you go. That's from Lois Lane.
Lois Lane. She was hot last night too. in her
Lois
gold.
Lane is hot.
And your brother said that you take hours to get it right. You perfected it over time. Hours in all caps.
Wait a minute. Wait, we do need to talk about the fact that now Saturday night we all got glitzed up in our nice
Winter weekend,
winter
not
weekend.
this last Saturday.
Right. Winter weekend.
Well,
I'm gonna
because
tell
this
y'all, I
last
was
Saturday
flying
is
on a
when you
plane.
didn't
Okay.
fucking show.
So
I could tell y'all I was sitting around in a pair of
next
yoga
Sunday,
pants and a stained
would
shirt.
you like me to bring cupcakes next Sunday to make up for it? I will
No.
bring cupcakes.
We don't want you to bring.
I
your
bought those
fucking
cupcakes with
And,
love.
that's the reason why I didn't bring any of the food that I cooked, because you're being punished.
Oh my God, that food looks so good on
But
your
now I
Facebook
just
page.
realized I punished everyone for your
You did. You did.
I'm getting
So as
worse.
if I wasn't punished enough last
Wait, I
Saturday.
need to talk about Glitz. We're all set up, starting the show. We're having interviews, and where's Glitz? Everybody's like, "Where's Glitz?" Well, then Miss Bree said, "You guys don't know about her time clock? Her time clock is not on everybody else's time clock."
Okay, but
I just want to know how long it takes you. I mean, you looked absolutely fucking stunning when you got here, but I didn't. No.
Yeah, I wanted to knock you out for your shoes. Just
Oh,
your
and
shoes
the
alone.
necklace.
quite honestly,
I wanted to knock you out for something more.
I knew I was running a little bit later than I wanted to, but I could have sworn, and maybe I'm wrong, when we talked about it, we all decided that we were going to do shifts.
Maybe, I don't know. I was just
And
like.
No, we did talk about shifts.
know.
I think
I
we're
don't
just
know,
kind
we
of giving
talked-
you a hard
Yeah,
time.
we're giving you a hard time.
Okay, well, no,
But-
because if
No. My
sometimes
point
you do
was,
need to tell
my
me a
point was
specific
she
time.
shows
I'm just
up
saying.
looking extremely stunning. Okay, I mean like extremely stunning, and I
Aw.
just want to know how long it takes you to look like that.
In the environment where I'm like pre-drinking, getting ready,
Pre-party.
and getting ready, and because I had another roommate who was sleeping, who I had to be extremely quiet for. That night it took me about an hour and 45 minutes to get ready, because you're kind of when you have to be quiet,
Yeah, it
you tend to
takes
not be
longer.
quiet, and
Right.
it takes longer. And then I also I had a shit ton of friends in town,
Right.
so they kept showing up to the room,
No,
and I'm like, I
giving
gotta
you a
go,
hard
I gotta
time
go,
about the time. You're right. We did talk about shifts. I'm just really giving you a hard time.
And that's fine, but
But-
I'm just telling you guys right now, if I do need to be there at a
They
specific
should tell
time,
you an hour
you guys
early?
need to tell me instead of never tell me, get there when you get there.
Okay. we've
Because
learned. Okay. we
I'll
know
be
this
there at
now.
midnight. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Sometimes and that's one of the faults that I can absolutely say that I admit my own fault. I'm terrible with that.
Okay.
So if you need me
You
somewhere
know
by
that?
a certain time,
And I'll admit to being extremely OCD anal about time frames, and I know that no one, and that's just me. I hold myself to that, and I know I shouldn't expect anyone else to it because I know that I keep myself at this like I say we're gonna be there at 9:45, and my ass is there at like 9:15 regularly.
Oh, wait a minute. She tells us Saturday morning. Okay, Saturday morning we got to set up for the vendor fair.
I said
So
9.
me and Big E, you know, we're gonna help her get the equipment up. So I said, what time should me and Big E be ready? 9 o'clock. At 5 minutes to 8, my text goes off. I'm here. I'm gonna have breakfast. 5 to 8. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I saw that.
I am
was
not
like,
even.
I'm just ignoring that.
I'm like, I'm not even out of bed yet. Do
Yeah,
you
I
know what
wasn't
kind of
either.
night I had last night?
No, and I didn't expect anyone to come down. I was just letting y'all know in
that you were
case.
there. But
I'm
that was
here.
another thing about that morning. Like, remember we talked again, and maybe
Sierra and I knew we were going to do the initial setup.
okay,
Mhm.
because everyone was giving me a hard time. Well, not you guys weren't, but you know, they were all.
Other people.
And considering, like, I told you guys I'd be there about 11.
Yeah, we knew that.
And I was late. It was about 11:18 when I walked in. But considering, and just not to toot my own horn, what happened the night before and the surprise I had, I didn't think I was being too
that's
bad
right.
for being
No,
20
no,
minutes late.
We absolutely gave you a booty pass. We gave you a booty pass.
So the fact that I was only 20 minutes late,
No,
considering what
we had all
happened the night
kinds of.
before.
You know what? Because Sierra won't let any of us touch the equipment, and she's got it, and not in a bad way.
I'm slowly gonna break Toxie.
I know, but because of that, it really only takes a couple of us to do the initial setup because she takes
Yeah.
care of all the equipment. We need a man to help us lift things, but other than that,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
more people you have there, the more you have people sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
Because really, the more people you have hands on the equipment, the more likely something's going to go wrong. It's just
and
easier
you
with
just
one,
know how
maybe
it all
two
goes
people.
exactly.
I
And so I did the things like the balloons and the tablecloths and the T-shirts, you know, that kind of thing. And I
I
let
need
her
to
handle
work
the
on my
equipment.
T-shirts, by the way.
Okay.
What was
I just-
hilarious, though, was when everybody showed up and they're like, look at all of this stuff, and there's a steamer. And I'm like, shit, bitches, we're professionals.
we'll talk about the steamer later because I got the stink eye in that interview with Chris too because I spilled something.
Oh, I did that too. I got in trouble.
So the one box after the vendor fair, how was it packed? Did it meet? Because I want you to know that with the exception of Mr. Toxie at the end, I packed that box.
the one
You're in
with
charge
the,
of packing that box
Oh,
from
the
now
one that
on.
the puzzle box that has the stand.
Because I
and stuff.
fucking paid
Yeah.
attention when you told me how to do it because the
I
whole time
can't
I'm
get
like,
that.
I can't fuck this up. She's gonna stab me. I can't fuck this up. She's gonna
How
stab
many
me.
times
Where's
have I
my-
tried to pack that? I can never get that puzzle
You know
box
what?
put back.
I can only get that box put back together 1 out of every 3 times.
I know. So you
So-
are officially,
Yeah,
that's
you're
your box
officially
to pack.
the box.
We'll put him in the box, but you got to put him
And
in
it
the
was
big
funny
box.
because Mr. Toxie walks over and he's like, "Are you packing that box? Tell her don't do it. Like, Sarah needs to do it." And I'm like, "She told me to." Oh, okay.
We don't mess with Sierra.
Yeah, he already knows
And,
too.
and listen, gotta love Mr. Toxie. Okay, well, if it's wrong and she starts yelling, I'll take the blame for it.
I don't yell
But I got to tell
that
you,
much.
for the first weekend that Mr. Toxie was on crew duty,
Right.
he
did a
stepped
good
up to the
job.
plate. When we tore down Saturday night, he had them dollies loaded and he was on it. So
Yeah,
you
you guys
hats
tore
off
down
to Mr.
fast.
Toxie. He did a great job.
I do have to say though, when I was walking up, when you guys were already like broadcasting, I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to kill me or if you were in awe of my shoes. I was like, what? Because
I wanted to
like,
kill
walking-
you for your shoes, remember?
As I was walking towards you, like the interview stopped, and all of you guys just like turned around. I'm like,
you looked
You
so
look
pretty.
so hot.
And I was so proud of our dresses, you know, like, so anybody, I know that there's a couple things I want to do to your dress. So I want you to
Mine
give it to me.
actually
And I
needs to
know
be
I need to
made
tie
smaller.
it. I know I need to tighten yours
Oh.
up. So anybody else that has any adjustments,
Yeah, I see the brag,
no,
bitch.
I want to fix where the strap is. I didn't like, and there was a little part in the gather back here that I wanted to change. Just
Mine's
minor.
perfect.
And
You're
mine's okay
You're
too.
awesome. You're the picture that I had on my camera that I posted, or is it the one that
The one that's on our Facebook page looks good.
no, the one that Chris took?
Oh, okay.
Because it's brighter. The one that I originally posted was from my camera. Your fucking legs.
Oh,
and
she
I do
got
get
the
a lot of
legs. She's
compliments
got
on
the
my
legs.
legs.
When I
Great.
put that dress on, Toxie was in my room, and I made the dress. I never tried it on. I just had it. I made it. I put it on. It was like, I better like suck into this thing. It was so
Get an
tight.
extra pair of Spanx on.
But it worked. I was
I'm
curvy.
so vain though. We need to work on angles because like in our pictures, I have to be like we gotta decide like.
Yeah, you're right. Who gets what position? Are you
Listen,
saying?
Yeah,
I like
way
to
too
be
vain.
I like to be on the end only because I don't have the same assets as the others. I don't like being between you two.
Well, you know what? You guys
Also,
need to
it
put.
gives me the chance to share
Show
what
what
asset
ass I
I
have.
do have.
Well, I decided that I need to be on a chair, because you bitches or something, I need to stand. All you bitches wear these high fucking heels, and if you look at the picture, I look like I'm about 2'2".
Well,
Yeah.
those heels I had on made me look really tall.
Well,
Yeah,
they
and
all
my
did. Yours
wedges-
are wedges, and she had wedges on too.
Yeah,
so if
my
you look
wedges
at that
are 6
picture, you guys
inches.
are all up here, and here's little redheaded sweet cheeks. Right
Yeah,
there.
my little 6-inch wedges. Somebody came up to me like, I didn't realize how tall you are, and I'm
That's
like,
what
bitch,
I'm
I got
not.
6 inches on
For the
today.
record, too, those shoes did not last very long. I sent my minions, listen to me, my minions. I'm broadcasting. You guys need to go get my shoes.
Did you have your pink
My
flipper
flip-flop.
floppers in your bag though? The little stone ones that I gave you?
No, I didn't have my black and silver ones.
Okay. I knew you had to have like back. You always have to have backup shoes when you're wearing.
Yeah,
a
no, and I
heel.
changed into them when we loaded up the equipment. I actually
Before
loaded
we
it
went to
barefoot,
breakfast?
and then before we went to breakfast, and when we got to breakfast, I took my bra off at the. I
She
had you
did at the
unhook me.
table. She's had that bra.
That torture device.
That strapless bra. It's got metal in it. It's a torture device for her that she was wearing.
I always get a
and
sore
she
spot
took
right
it
under
off
here.
and put it on her head at the restaurant.
That's nice.
Toxie
How early did you guys
started it.
break down? Because we went down to
We
the
broke down
cafe.
at 1. We broke down at 1.
It was
I mean,
closer
we
to
were on from
1:30.
10 to 1. Yeah, about 1:30 we broke down.
Did I miss the interview with Stu? Did you guys interview?
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
had
he
a-
was the
yeah,
last
he was
one.
the
That's
last
when
one.
I went on the break, right?
Yeah, we were interviewing Sean Black, and then
missed
all
that.
Sean Black kept saying, I love Stu Bo, I love Stu. So we finally got Stu because we've been trying to get him over all night, and he was the last interview.
Yeah, I was there. I was telling them last week that I was there the entire time. I couldn't wait for the Stubo interview. Just all I wanted to do was that Stubo interview. Then I was done. I would not leave the table. I get up to go to the restroom. I come back. What is happening?
The
The
Stubo.
Stubo interview.
Here's what we've learned in 3 years of Stubo interviews: you have to get Stu when you can get.
Well, yeah,
Stu.
I had asked him
Because-
several times,
yeah,
hey,
'cause-
can you come over?
Yeah,
And he was
we
like, I'll be
we
there.
start at the beginning. Every time we go to get somebody for an interview, we have to ask Stu, because at some point he'll be like, yeah, sure, I can do it now, because sometimes we've gone an entire Stubo event broadcast without getting Stu in on the interview
Yeah.
because we just can't pin him
I
down.
just wish I would have been, because I have great fucking stories about
Stu.
Stu, but I mean,
Well,
there'll
we
be
keep
plenty of
well,
in the
we'll be
future.
we'll be interviewing in the future. But what's great is that he's a part of the new Fan Fest. I hate to call it Fan Fest because
It's gonna
not
be called
Fan Fest.
something else.
Yeah,
now.
and it's in March. But he did say he would announce the name.
The BBW Adult
so-
Entertainer Award.
And so, is
something
it
to
true
that
that
effect.
he said that Winter Bash and the new Fan
Yes.
Fest is? See, I don't know if I like that.
Why? I think that first
Because
of all,
we're not big fans of porn stars showing up at social events.
But here's
I
the
wouldn't
thing.
say I'm not a big fan. I just think but say
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just think sometimes in the there needs to be certain events that it's separated. I just think a lot of the guys who come to the events, when they're all inundated with the porn stars, automatically think that the other women who are there all act the same way and do the same thing.
That is one of the
No,
downfalls.
you're
to
right. But here, on the other hand, if you're talking about it from a business perspective, both Winter Weekend and Fan Fest are not huge events, not
Correct.
anything close to like Well-Rounded or something.
I see both sides.
Okay,
Of it. I really
so
do.
so the fact that a person, it helps both events because there are fans of these porn stars who will come to Vegas to see the porn stars that will flood over into Winter Weekend for a few days or vice versa. So it does in the long run help both events financially.
I think
one airline ticket.
Agreed, but I think he's gonna is really naive not to think that he's gonna lose a certain clientele too by doing that.
He may.
Because
But wait, but they
don't think so.
didn't
I don't think
when
so.
it would
don't
happen
think
over
so?
the summer.
No, it didn't. You know
No,
why?
it backed up
Because-
against events both summer.
But
Yeah,
it
they
was
didn't-
backed up against. But my understanding was it's going to be the same event.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
No,
I
it's gonna
no,
be
no, it's gonna
no.
be no.
So you
there'll be
understood
two.
what I
Yeah,
was
one
saying,
will
like,
be
the
the
same
BBW
event.
Porn Awards and Vendor Fair, just like it's been.
Okay,
And the
I
other
gotcha.
will still be Winter
Okay.
Weekend, so that they're just together. So if you come to
Yeah,
town
like
for
one will end while the
Okay.
next one is
I was-
starting.
I
Oh,
was-
you
that's
thought
why
it
I
was one event. It would be like Winter Weekend plus the BBW.
Yeah,
no.
that's why I was making the comment that
No,
I
it's
made,
gonna
like
be two
where you
separate.
had normal Joe Schmo
Even
from Iowa.
even
and
your
then-
brother said combined makes a greater event.
Well,
so
I
always
misunderstood,
listen to him.
so.
Well, combined, I understand. I don't think it should be combined simply because you're right. It's a different vendor fair for them, and you
But
know.
to have them together at the same time, it also allows many of them. I'm sorry, I'm like coughing in between. Who even the like the award recipients may want to come out and they're also very active
You mean when
in
we
the
win our third
community.
award?
When we win again. But they may want to come out as well and participate in the events. And just because they may have to, work during the one, it allows them to come to both and be
Right.
part
And
of
you
the
know what, the
community
models,
as
the
well.
BBW models, I mean, they don't make a lot of money, so it's very tough for them to come out for just a BBW event.
No, I get it.
This
I
puts them in a
misunderstood.
position.
I
Yeah.
thought it was
Well,
all just one event.
And one of the cool things about backing them up, and we talked to some of the girls about it, is that guys who wouldn't come to the porn event do come to the regular social event, and then they get to interact with the porn stars in a non-porn fashion.
Right.
So they still get to interact with their fans, but it's not at the, jerk fest.
I was talking to
like
my
AVN
friend
and
Miss
stuff.
Eliza Lure today, and I told her there's like a handful of these girls that I really need to teach to be a lady.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's where I was
And
going to go with that.
And Eliza told some of her friends that were here for the last event. She said to them, she says, you know what? You are putting the perception out there exactly what people think about BBW porn stars. We're obnoxious. We're this, that, and the other.
Desperate.
Yeah, and she says you are giving that persona because of how you're acting, okay? And I told her I wanted to run a class on how they could be a porn star but be a classy one.
I want them all to be naked Marilyn Monroes. That's
here's
what I
my
want
public
them all to
service
be.
announcement, if I could. I'm just kidding. I have nothing against the porn stars. I have many friends who are in the business, and many people that are my friends that are in the business. But I just wish there's and
they could turn it
the
off.
younger generation of it, and I'm going to put it on blast. The girls that are up and coming who are new, they need to know that there's a time and a place for that shit.
That's exactly
If
why I
you're
was talking
not
about
at a
teaching
porn-
a class.
If you're not at a porn event, don't be doing the shit that you're doing. If you're, and I'm just, if you're at another BBW event that has nothing to do with the industry, you don't need to be acting the way you do.
Yeah, and that's my
and-
whole point.
And just because you're a cam model doesn't mean you're a
porn
superstar. I love our cam model girls. I envy the amount of money they can make doing what it is they do, and I know how much hard work it is, but that doesn't mean you get to walk around and pretend like you're a super diva. You've got to remember that your clients are real people, and if they're going to interact with you, you have to interact with them and treat them like human beings.
And here's the deal, too. If you're acting the
Because
porn
if y'all
star,
turn into the Helen Cunts of the porn world, I'm going to start
the Helen Cunt.
beating
I
on
fucking
people's
love it.
ass.
If you're doing and you I would say manage some of these girls or help them.
Yeah.
So if you're at an event and like another BBW event that's not industry related porn, and you're acting that way, you're eventually taking money out of your own pocket because now these people are seeing it for free.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
not
you're
very good
absolutely
business.
right.
sense to
I'm
me.
just a thought. If you don't think it could have the reverse, where somebody is out and they're very
It could work
open
both ways,
and
but time and a place.
free
Don't do it in a
You know what?
ballroom full of people.
I think that you can be a porn star. You can let people know you're a porn star in some of those BBW situations. But you know what? Dress like a class act. Show your boobs, but dress like a class act. Okay, not like you just crawled out of a frickin' porn scene. Okay,
Not like you forgot where you put all your clothes and just threw
remember-
something together.
right. And remember that you are in public, and that you are in a public space where not everybody is into porn, and you're there with a lot of different age people. So you need to talk properly and not fuck this and the N-word that all over the place. And so there's a way to be a porn star and let people know you're a porn star. That's okay. But to class up the act a little bit and
Toxie says chat just kind of exploded over there.
we have a lot of
let's
feedback
talk about
there
it.
in
Come
chat.
on, let's hear it. Do we need to take a quick break, Sierra, or are we okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We
Okay.
can. We're into the last half hour. We're in the last hour and a half. We can just take a break whenever the fuck we
Okay,
want.
I'm just checking. Okay, what's that? What are we blowing up about?
Is that Divisions?
Mhm.
Divisions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Am I
C division.
pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
C divisions.
Yeah.
So the hard part is for them to be able to separate themselves from the industry.
I have
And,
no problem separating myself from the industry.
It's because you are the industry.
Goldilocks agreed with you that you need to bring back the pinup girl power.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling.
Superman said the thirsty guys I call creepers that ruin
We call
things
them
for
sharks.
everyone.
We call them sharks.
These are the guys with jack off face.
Oh, yeah.
Running up to you. Hi, I masturbate to your porn.
I had a couple of jack off faces this weekend. Oh, yeah, he has jack off face big time.
All right.
Who else?
Who else? Sorry.
Oh, and then C. Davison again. The perception is something that they can't easily shake when they run into a fan. Sorry, it goes so fast sometimes. And at the same time, the clients need not to.
You
do
want to know
something.
who
I
I
keep
think is the
losing
perfect example of the porn star who tones it down in public? That would be our favorite porn
Jessica
girl,
Sam. Yeah.
Julia Sands.
Julia Sands, yes.
Yes, because she comes here. I see her all the time because she co-hosts a show here,
Right?
and she still dresses sexy, but she doesn't dress slutty, and she doesn't talk about her porn. But when somebody asks her about it, I love the way she does it. When she's not in porn mode, she pulls them off to the side and she makes it like a private conversation between them and like, oh, I'm so glad you're a fan of mine, and
Right.
make sure you tune into me on this
And
time. And I think doing that, making it a more personal interaction, they think they're getting you on some level that the other people who watch
Very
your porn
true. Good
don't.
point.
Help you with your classes.
They're you know
Yeah.
they're getting
Yeah,
they're getting you on a personal level and not on a porn level. And I think that by being that way with them, they will spread the word more about you and be like, oh yeah, she's a great porn star. She's really awesome in person. If you ever get to meet her,
you know what I call
instead of she's a giant slut ball all the time.
I want to slam her.
Yeah.
But you know what I call it? A lot of these girls, they'll be in a group and they start talking extremely loud because they want everybody around them to hear. I call it look at me behavior.
Well, they
you
say the
know?
loudest in the room is usually the most insecure.
Yeah, I believe that. Absolutely.
Wait, I'm often the loudest.
No,
and,
you're not. Not
No,
like
no.
that.
Insecure.
Not like that.
It
I'm very
doesn't
loud
count
too,
when
but
you're
not
the
like that.
drunkest.
Oh, I do confuse the loudest for the drunkest.
Yes.
My
Let me
apologies.
just ask you: would you kiss me sober or only when you're drunk?
I really only kiss girls when I'm drunk.
See, you just lost points.
Yeah,
with me.
she
I
just
know.
you just really
I
depressed
kiss you
probably
sober.
kiss worse when I'm sober, Glitz.
Did you tell her she was a bad kisser?
Yeah,
knocked
she
my
said I
teeth.
fucking suck.
And then I was telling her, look at you, chip my tooth, but that's always my chip my tooth.
That's the last time you get this.
So,
Until
anyway.
I'm drunk again.
Until next Saturday.
Right.
Until next time.
That's so funny. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem with the porn girls being at our events. And by me,
I
by
don't
our
either.
events is mainstream.
I don't
But
either.
they gotta
No,
act like
We know a
grown-ups.
lot of the porn stars who turn into normal people at the other events. And it's a small handful of girls. We could probably name 10 of them on our hands.
I don't even think there's 10 that are bad. I mean, really bad.
Well, there's a couple that she and I have in common that we think are annoying porn stars.
Yeah, I have a
But-
couple too.
Which I don't actually.
You don't have any of them that are annoying.
No, there was.
Come on, there has to be one that was here in the studio
No.
last week that isn't
No,
annoying
I'm telling
as
you,
fuck.
I know, I have an idea of whom you're referring to,
Well, we have a
and
couple
I
of
actually
others.
found the person very endearing.
Whoa.
And
Good for you, Split Talk.
I did.
That's okay.
You're
I
the-
thought-
all right.
The first 2 times I met her,
I'm
I did too.
officially dubbing Toxie the nice one.
I'm
She is the anti-Sierra.
I love it because you know what? Usually I'm told, oh, you're so nice, but yeah, you're the nice one because there's a few of them I would
Yeah.
stab with my
I mean, I
special
literally,
bedazzled shank I have now.
I would literally hang out with her.
Well, I spent the day all day Monday with those poor
Yeah,
girls
how was
we had a
that?
big I worked my fucking fat ass off.
What exactly was that? Just a giant fetish shoot?
It was a giant shoot, and we had like 4 photographers. There was about 8 girls, and a lot of them, they make their money by clips for sale. And so we rented a house with a big pool in it, and it was actually the house we were supposed to do the shoot from. And we went to the house, and the guy wasn't home. Remember that day?
I do remember
it was at that
day.
house.
So is it
And-
the same guy living there,
Yeah.
or is it a different?
No,
okay.
same guy.
Same guy.
And he, it was a great house for it. There was a pool. There was different areas. So, guys can get free porn anywhere online. But the
I
fetish
get free
stuff,
porn online.
My husband just today found another free porn site that he bookmarked on his phone.
That's funny.
RedTube, Pornhub,
but
and
it's the
Hamster.
fetish stuff that actually, when the girls sit down and sell it, sells. So they had hula hoops and they had jump ropes and bubbles, and Eliza was they were doing feeding stuff with baked beans all over them and potato salad, and it was just a huge fetish shoot.
Am I the only big girl who doesn't get the whole feeding thing that kind of finds it offensive?
No,
honestly.
a lot of big girls find the feeding, and that is a fetish. The feeding
know what?
fetish.
It's offensive until you start getting paid for it. Then you love
No,
Right.
I mean, but no, I'm
Yeah.
just talking just in general. I mean, not like for porn, but like, I don't know, like there was this hip hop guy who would come out to the clubs once in a while. The group, I don't want to say the names.
I know which group you're talking
And
about.
they were
though.
talking about, come to my house, girl, and I'll feed you, you know, this and nacho and cheese. And I'm like, if you're gonna write a song about a big girl, why does it always have to include freaking food? Why don't you say that they're beautiful and you want to do this? Why do you have to put food in it?
Because it's kind of like a god. What I've noticed from the fetish work that I've done. In fact, I just did one today.
Wait a minute. Hold that
What's
thought.
up? What's up?
What happened in chat?
No, I just see Davison just said, "Who ruins good potato salad?"
Well, it was actually a really funny shoot because she was playing like she was in the closet eating, you know, like it was like she's secretly eating, and there was potato salad all over her. But anyway, it's men who have. I've noticed that men who have the feeding thing, a lot of it, they worship the woman's body like she's a goddess.
Okay.
Okay, so you know they want to totally worship this large body. Okay, so part of the worship is the food and making her happy and her body getting bigger and more to worship. But it's all about being a goddess or like Mother Earth kind of thing.
Okay.
So this
It's
is
just-
no lie. Like I did that shoot today, not a shoot. I did some fetish work today. Me and Eliza. And
Eliza
this
mentioned
guy,
it in here.
yeah, she it was funny because this guy, you know, wanted us to sit on his face and sit on him, but all the while we're eating Cane's chicken while we're sitting on him, and
I fucking
Did
love
you
bring
Cane's.
bring leftovers?
Right?
no, actually, I
Cane
ended up
sauce and that big old toast?
I ended up having to
That's
pick,
where I'm going
pick up the guy.
after.
I had to pick up the guy, you know, because anyway, and he's like, so what do you guys want to eat? I'm buying it. So okay, so we got when we got there, like I said, I was sitting on his face and he's licking me, and I had my panties on and everything. We were eating Cane's chicken.
So do you ever get off when you do this stuff, or is it just like
The
work
fetish
mode?
stuff, it's fun. I mean, I don't want to say it's not fun because like it's fun to just do this, and you
But
know. it's usually
does it ever surprise you and you're like, holy shit, I'm having a fucking orgasm over here? Does it ever surprise
not with
no?
the fetish work.
Okay.
No,
I was just
because
curious.
most of the guys that are into the fetish stuff never even want to go there.
Oh.
Most of them, like I have this little Asian man that he just wants me to lay on him for an hour naked and just be his blanket. And
How do I get that gig?
we talk about
I'm
gambling.
telling you.
We talk about Hawaii. I mean, but there's never
Right.
nothing below the waist. And most of the fetish guys are like that. I have another one that just spends an hour just smells me.
How can
And
we
then
make
licks
this
my
happen? Glitz and I would like to sit on some guys for money.
Yeah, I need a vacation. to
How
Hawaii.
can this happen?
Well, I can hook you girls up.
I've been told that I give really good face during sex. Like
Oh.
when I have Skype sex with my friend, like he doesn't even want to watch anything below the waist that's going on. He gets off on just my
Watching
face
your face.
and I've been told by exes in the past that you could probably make a lot of money, but because of what I do for a living, and
right. It's
I
hard.
would have to wear a mask or something, and it defeats the whole
face
purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
see, that's why if I was going to do fetish work, it would have to be neck down stuff. It would basically just be boob fetish stuff. That's probably
and
what
do
I
you
would
know-
do.
I would
it's
buy
so-
that.
I'm telling you, like, and I keep mentioning Eliza just because she's done this so smartly that she realizes that the hardcore, okay, it's there because that's what you do, but the stuff that these men are buying are the fetish stuff, like that one of me feeding her.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like she sold a ton of that stuff just because I'm feeding her. That's just like what they're into. I have one guy that I've seen doing my fetish work that I just shake my belly and he just jacks off. I never touch him. He never touches me. I just shake my belly.
You're talking about belly and what
You could make a ton of money on your belly.
But it's so funny because this year at Winter Bash, I got hit on more, and I think I was telling you this at the dinner, than I have in the past 3 years because I've put weight on this year. I've put on like 50 pounds after getting sick and, being lazy. So, as a joke, we're sitting at dinner, and Stu's like, you need to have another piece of chocolate cake for dessert. He's there's been talk about you. We like this new size Tammy. And I looked at him, I'm not beefing up anymore, so I get fucking laid. I'm
Well,
like,
you know what? I'll
I'm
tell
not
you.
doing it.
I had lost between one bash and another bash years ago 100 pounds. Now keep in mind, I'm still 300 pounds, so I'm still fat as fuck at the bash.
Not nearly as much booty.
Not nearly as much
And see,
attention.
I had a conversation like this with a client here at the station. He came in. He was a new client. He came in and sat down at my desk, and I of course have the Mega Bash flyers on my desk and our radio show thing. And it was Friday, and so I had my Sin City Bounty shirt on because I'm gonna tell you bitches, I advertise. Yay! And
mine are big on me. I need to.
we were sat down. Yeah, we sat down, and he's like, you know, I had a gastric sleeve done a few years ago, and he goes, and I'm going to tell you, I'm really surprised. He said, after I lost all the weight, I was not getting as much sex because everybody kept telling me I liked you better when you were bigger. And I'm like, I'm telling you, when I first got out of the Army, I had a rockin' solid Army body, and I was getting booty, but I was not getting nearly as much booty as when I was a big girl and single. I could have gone home with a different guy every single night of the week if I wanted to.
Now, bitch, I'm going to tell you something else. Not only is my size an advantage, but my age is an advantage. Because young men, they want the experience of an older woman, okay, or the whole mama thing. And the older gentlemen don't like the young girls because they say they're rushed and, you know, they can't take their time. Never did I realize when I started doing the fetish stuff, and I'm fairly new, not new, but reborn into the fetish world, I should say. I thought, you know, the younger, but I get a lot of work based on my age.
Mommy fantasies.
And you know what else? I'll tell you, and this is, the bug guy said it when he was here. Guys that like girls my age, usually if you look around at the club, there aren't many 50-year-old women my size there.
Not
because
really, no.
what happens is they usually get the surgery before that, or they stay home.
Because they start to become, I mean, let's be honest, immobile.
Right. Yeah,
because
you
of
become
the age
immobile.
and
I
all the
mean,
age
yeah,
and-
absolutely. You know, I have sore bones, but I just keep going. But
That's how you keep going, is by keep going.
keep going, exactly.
You have to
Body
push
in
through it.
motion stays in motion. That's what I keep saying. But
It's physics, baby.
that's it. So like I said, the fact that my age is my age has done nothing but been a benefit to me in this situation, which is good. So stop
Yeah.
calling me old. Jealous bitch. 'Cause
I'm
you're
not
about as
jealous
old
at
as
all.
me.
I'm not jealous at all. As a matter of fact, I used to say all the time, we used to go to the Red Rooster a lot.
Oh.
And that the first 2 hours at the Rooster, I used to say was like,
geriatric.
it was my hope hour, because I'd walk in and I'd see all these old people still getting it on, and I'm like, I know that at 70, I can still walk around with my big-ass floppy titties hanging out, and people will think I'm
And
hot.
because there's a woman who walks around there and she pulls her teeth out for blowjobs.
Oh no!
Well, I don't know.
That is
I
awesome.
actually have not been there in like a year and
I
a half.
haven't been there in a while either. It's been,
I haven't
last
been
time
there
I
since
went
the
was
last
the night
time.
we went.
Yeah, last time we went as
We
a
need to
group.
plan an
We
evening
should- a
out
field
there.
trip. We
In the
should-
middle of
The
April.
social calendar's starting to fill up very quickly.
So I'm thinking middle
Then
of
we
April.
will go
'cause there's
without
a-
clips.
There is a predetermined possible return date in the middle of April. So
Returned to, of
Cali
Diego.
guy. Yeah.
Cali guy. There we
So.
go. He's been gone a long time this
Yeah,
time.
he has.
Should we do your catch up? Why don't you give us a catch up right
Sure,
now?
we can do a catch
Okay.
up.
9:15. Time to do a catch up.
Alrighty, here.
You can
I'm gonna
start.
move the camera so
You
that we
start
get
with
better
your catch
Wait a minute,
up.
he's coming here?
Yeah, he
Oh,
comes
nice.
back and forth. He's at a
Yeah,
house
he
to your
does.
house there.
Nice.
It works out well.
Yes. Okay. Catch up, Sierra.
I'm sunburned. Catch up. See me?
No, I
Sunburned?
want fries. Ketchup.
And it's 3:23:14, and this is Sierra's catch up.
I'm sunburned. That's my catch up. My catch up is that I love having a marketable, tradable skill. I'm a graphic/web designer by trade, and you would be surprised what you can trade for that shit.
My mind automatically goes to the gutter.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Okay.
Well, I am working with the Henderson Saddle Club, Henderson Saddle Association, to help them rebuild their website, update it, make it more sleek and everything. And the guy I'm working with gives writing lessons. And I said, well, you know, look, I got hooked up with this through another client. They're a nonprofit. I do have a nonprofit rate, but I also have a nonprofit trade agreement, which is I will do anything and everything you want for whatever it is your nonprofit offers. And he can offer me riding lessons, and you know, I'm a little bit too fat to get up on a horse, but my son has always loved horses. He loves those little pony rides. You get on them and you ride the pony around the merry-go-round, and he's always loved horses. And so I was like, well, I've got an 8-year-old who wouldn't mind taking, horseback riding lessons. And he was like, hell yeah, bring him down.
Do it.
So his first lesson was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Saturday. I've got my days all confused because I'm burnt. And I, of course, made sure he had sunscreen and a hat on.
Yeah.
But not you.
No, I never do. This is how you know the summer is beginning, because I've gotten my first sunburn of the season. And this will all fade back to this pale color here in about
Yeah, it
2
doesn't
weeks.
get dark,
I do
unfortunately.
not tan.
I don't either. I burn and peel. Burn and peel.
I get brown.
Well,
I
when
got
I'm
a
brown,
tan
moist,
line
and
one year.
beautiful, you guys are gonna be jealous
I get
from my
brown,
tanning.
Yeah, I'm thinking about
Brown,
getting
moist,
a
and
spray tan for well-rounded this year, because I hate looking around and everybody's got these beautiful tan lines and I look like Casper. So I'm thinking about getting a spray tan. But he got up on there and he was chill. He learned how to brush the horse, and he, watched the saddle process, because the saddle weighs as much as he does right now, so he
Right,
can't
yeah.
saddle the horse. But he helped adjust the stirrups and helped learn how to adjust all the
The
straps.
bridle and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
And he got on the horse.
And he learned how to get up on the horse, and he rode her around. And after about 20 minutes in the pen with him giving her Richard is his name, giving Daniel lessons, he took him out into the little path down to what they call the turnout arena, which is where you can take your horses and trot them around for a half hour, 15 minutes. And he was out there completely unled. He was doing the horse all by himself, and
That's awesome.
he had him turning lefts and rights, and they would stop in the middle of the arena so he could back him up and teach him how to stop. And today I went over to do web work, and we got done, and my son was like, immediately, we got there before he did, and so he was out of the car before I even had it in park, running down, I gotta go see the horses. Okay, so he ran down and, said, and the horses remembered him and were right. The one that he was riding came right up over and was like, where's my snacks, dude?
Aw,
And
you remembered them.
she did remember
That's
him,
very cute.
and he got a bareback riding lesson today.
I seen that
Just
on your
a-
picture on Facebook.
Just a pat and a
So
bridle.
did they teach him how to control the horse with the mane?
How to hold on with the mane,
And
but he
you
had
can-
reins.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
there's a way to see. I remember I told you guys I grew up around this stuff, and there's a way to, like, the tricks how they were teaching him how to go left and right.
Right.
There's ways to do it with the mane too. So I was
Yeah.
just curious.
He barebacks with a bridle and bit, so
Okay.
So he had the reins still. But there was one point where we were walking past. They do events every weekend at this place, and they were having gymkhana and barrel races. And at one point we were kind of by the barrel racing arena, and the tractor started up to go in to rake the arena, and the horse spooked.
Mm.
So
Did it rear up?
she didn't rear up, but she did start sidling and getting a little, out of control. And
Right.
he was no saddle. All he had was reins and mane to control her. And luckily Richard was right there to help. But Richard kind of walked him through, calming her down and getting
Oh,
her stopped
good.
and getting himself readjusted and getting the pad back under him. And for the first couple of steps, he's like, I think I'm ready to get down now. And Richard looked at him and he goes, nope, you got to walk her back. You've got to walk her back and get her unbridled and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of like, falling, get into
I
a
was
car
gonna say it
accident,
was-
you got to get right back out.
Right back, or it's where it comes
Yeah.
to the expression get. And that's what happened to me as a kid, and I didn't. And that's why I stopped doing what I did, is I had a horrible experience. I was learning things. Like I said, I used to rope, and we had actually quarter horses that we would race at Turf Paradise in Prescott Downs, because I grew up in the Phoenix area. And my uncle at the time had put me on one of the race horses, bareback, and I knew how to control the horse with the mane and stuff. But to be a dick, because we grew up more like this uncle at the time, brothers and sisters in the same house, he spooked the horse from the back and hit the horse. You have the whips when you're training
Right.
on the back, and spooked the horse. Well, the horse reared up, and I fell off.
Oh.
And then after that, I wanted nothing to do with the whole scene
Right.
again. And then my Papa Pink, who's passed now, who was he's ex-World Rodeo. He, if he was there and he wasn't there, and he says to this day, I would have made you get up off the ground once I made sure nothing was broken and get right back up on that horse. But no
Mhm.
one was there to do that. And after that, after it all sets in, you're just scared. And
Have
I
you
never
been on it before?
since then I've been on a horse once.
Wow.
And it was probably about 12 years ago. I was in Wyoming. I have friends who live out there, and I would not even get on a younger. They put me on a Clydesdale, pretty much an older, fat white horse that, like, I couldn't even straddle this horse. And his name was Clyde, and he walked like this. and that's what I rode around the arena. But it took everything in me to get on that horse again.
Wow.
Yeah. So after that incident, we got the boy off, and he helped, take her down and he took her bridle off her and took the pads off her, and yeah, he's really into it. And we
That's
got done, and I asked him, I said, so, when the horse got spooky, what did you feel? And he goes, well, I was a little bit kind of scared at the time, but I'm okay now.
So so he's learned how to brush the horse.
Yes, he's
Is he
learned
gonna
how to
do
brush.
like this, because it's all fun and games at first, but then you realize the maintenance that goes into taking care of the horse, cleaning the stable, and
Well, they're open pen. They're kept in an open. It's called a shade pen, where they've got half of it shaded, and so they're not really stalled. They're more like a small corral for them to be in. And he actually has someone come and clean the pens for him. But I told the boy, I said, look, you keep this up, and your first job during the summer, I'm going to have you come down here and volunteer.
Yeah,
and
volunteer.
You may have yourself a little rodeo boy.
Yeah,
well,
that would be
he
great.
was watching the barrel races today, and the horse he's on is a barrel racer. And so she's starting to jump because she's watching these other horses just getting down there and getting those barrels, and she's like, I want to get down there. And you could see the excitement was getting through him too, and they came over. This was before the tractor started up, and he goes, that's pretty cool. When can I ride that fast? And he was like that yesterday too. We got about halfway between where the pen is, to where the arena is, and he looks down at Richard and he goes, can I go faster? And Richard goes, you have to learn how to crawl and then walk, and then maybe you can run.
Nice little trot.
Yeah, once he did a couple of trots. He got him up there. He hasn't learned how to post yet, so he's not going to do full-on canters or anything like that.
It's a great thing though, when you're on a horse like that, and they're
when you really talk, when you're really communicating well, and he really bonded very well with her. And even Richard said, she's not usually this. She's a very nice horse, but she's not usually this nice to people. She's like super nice to him. Really likes him.
Horses are extremely smart animals, and the bond with a horse is so important. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that video with, it's not a horse, it's a giraffe, but they both have 4 legs, so it made me think of it.
The big lesbian game hunter that sitting on the giraffe?
No, it was the dying zoo worker, and the zoo worker was on his deathbed, and his wish was to go back to the zoo, and they had him there in a bed near where the giraffes were, and one of the giraffes came over and was nuzzling him because, it remembered him, and it was very, very sweet and tearful. So check it out. Giraffe with, I think if you Google maybe giraffe with dying man.
That's wild.
But
like
I bawled
giraffe
like
was
the whole
sensitive,
time.
right? You'd never think that, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you have him. A heart of steel, like cold granite?
No, only to her husband. Only her husband.
No, people. Only when it comes to romance. Otherwise, I'm a blubbering fool who's very sensitive
Do you
about
like chick
certain
flicks?
things. I
hate
do if
chick
there's
flicks.
no
Yeah, I hate
there's
chick
no
flicks.
sad part.
So you
I
wouldn't
mean,
watch The Notebook?
no,
What was that one where people start dying right away, and like I've heard people couldn't get halfway through it because they're like, some stupid
I just want
one.
to say 2 weeks till Game of Thrones started.
Shit, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say I went to a movie. My friend, it was recent. Well, not too recent, but my friend had picked it out, and partway through, I'm like, all right, it's a cool movie, whatever. And then it got really sad, so I spent more than half the movie bawling. But I'm not a pretty crier. I'm like, snot is dripping.
Your face is all screwed up.
My face is bright red, like wetness all over from the tears, and I'm there like. So it wasn't a pretty scene. It was Best Man's Holiday.
Really?
Did you
Isn't
see
that
it?
some sort of like? Isn't Best Man Holiday supposed to be like some black
supposed to
comedy?
be. Yes, it's supposed to be.
I was gonna go there. Thank you, but I didn't.
Because they
Like
fucked you with the movie. They brought you in thinking it's just a
It's
fun
another
comedy,
Tyler Perry movie.
Like, woo, it's a great fun movie.
A lot of chocolate
and
brothers
then,
looking
damn,
good.
they hit you with. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but they hit you with
Like
over
someone
half a
dies
movie
or
of.
something.
Yeah, and
all you wanted to do was look at the hot chocolate.
all I wanted, like, where's the comedy, man? Like, I want the funny shit.
Who's got Chris Rock?
So, Sierra, is that the last of your catch-up? What else you got going on?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Rebuilding our website. That's the
Yay!
process.
I know.
So,
Yay!
If we can help, we will. But what the fuck do we know? I don't know nothing.
Now, I just need to get a base
I
design
can
down.
Google it and help.
I'm gonna
I
get a
can
base
Google
design
anything.
down, and I'm gonna have everybody agree on it, and I'll do it like I've done in the past, where I get like a couple of different designs down. We look at them and we say, I like that one, I like this part, I don't like that part,
Okay,
and
cool.
we're gonna come to a consensus as a group.
Okay, I
So,
like that.
and then we'll put the site up, and it'll be ready to go.
That's
I'm
gonna be
hoping by the end of the month, but it may not be.
Sounds
I
like a plan.
am though going to get the archives caught up and the iTunes caught up. One of the big changes, though, that's going to happen is we will no longer be keeping an entire season of archives available. It will only be 3 months at a time because it takes
But you can always get them on our Sin City Bounty YouTube channel, right? They'll be there.
the videos.
Okay,
Yes,
which
will be
is
on there.
still-
But if
is
you
still
want
the show,
but if you want the audio podcast, if you want anything not listed on iTunes or our website, you can email me and I can get you a copy.
sounds
So.
good. All right, Glitz, tell us what you did this week.
Well, I'm gonna start a little bit about winter weekend because I wasn't here last weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you got a
hungover.
2-week catch up to do.
You're hungover.
Just working, but I had a little bit of a surprise at winter weekend that I thought was pretty awesome. Because I hate men. No, I'm just kidding.
Aw.
No.
So I'm the nice one and you're the man hater.
So I have a gentleman that I refer to as LA guy that comes into town, and it's strictly just a sexual
Fun
relation.
time.
Fun time, yeah.
Sport fuck.
We met last year at Winter Bash. So we've been communicating back and forth. I'm like, hey, are you coming out this year? And he'd be like, oh, I don't know. He just got a really big promotion at work, and I don't know what's going on. Kind of like answering me, but not really answering me. You know how men do, like they kind of leave the door cracked. So I fucking just stopped chasing it. I'm like, I'm done chasing. So, well, I say that. And then on Wednesday, I text him. I'm like, hey, I never, got a definite from you. I need to know because of my rooming situation. Are you going to make it? Well, I never heard from him. And it was funny. So Friday night, I'm sitting at the table with a few of my friends, and my friend leans over and she asks me, hey, did you hear from, so and so? Is he coming? And I'm like, fuck that motherfucker. I don't care. Blah blah blah. I'm like going off. I'm like, la 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 la. Fuck him. I'm not chasing him. And nah. Whatever. So 10 minutes later, I'm standing on the side of the dance floor talking to a friend of mine, and I feel this tap on my shoulder, and I turn around. And he's like, can I have this dance? And it was him.
Oh.
And I was
That's like some
like-
Notebook shit right there.
I was like,
that's romantic
it took me
shit.
a minute because I wanted to shank him and kiss him all at the same time. And then he's like looking at me and he's like, and then I just grabbed his face and he just like laid the biggest, like we've not really been affectionate in public. And he just laid like the biggest kiss on me, and it was just really sweet. And then he took me out on the dance floor and he danced with me, and I have to say I was very giddy for the rest of the night. I was rooming with a friend of mine, and then another friend was rooming next door, and she had a room to herself. So I kicked my friend out.
Out, bitch,
I
out.
made her, which by the way was the one who was paying for the room.
Yeah,
You gotta go.
How did you do that with that person?
Because we're all team players.
All right. Okay.
That's right,
She was
because-
part of the team for you.
Because you always help your don't ever cunt slap your fucking friends. Never ever ever be a twat slapper. Ever.
Twat
ever.
slapper.
It's the female equivalent of a cock block. Don't ever twat slap your girls.
There we go.
But I learned a very valuable lesson with that because he's like, it took so much in me. I wanted to surprise you. And he's like, you kept sending me these messages. I'm like, what do you mean I kept sending you these messages? He's like, well, you know how you get.
You
And
know
he-
how you get.
And I'm like, and he's like, and I wanted to surprise you. He's like, so I just had to stop responding because because we were just going to end up fighting and,
And he had it planned all along.
and
to come
and he's
surprise
like,
you.
well, it was originally supposed to be Saturday night, and he showed up Friday, and he's like, but here's the deal. He's like, I had to come tonight because I have to fly to Reno. I have to train. It can't be tomorrow night. He's like, so I'm only here for like less than 24 hours, but I felt it felt good to feel special, like someone made an effort.
Now I'm going to interrupt you. So is this possibly something that could turn into something?
I don't know. I mean, he lives in LA, and I live here, and neither one of us are willing to relocate. But
I'm going to tell you that does not have to get in the way.
here's the deal.
Yeah, you are proof to the pudding of that.
I am.
Yes.
I just think that he's a bit younger than me. He's about 8 years younger than me. So we have a little bit of a different path that we're going right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he did do something else that was very interesting. So after we hung out for a little bit and we were out in the lobby, and I was off talking to my brother, and that's when Chris was giving him the nod. That we talked about, the man nod.
The bro nod.
He was kind of standing a little bit over to the side by himself, and this is another reason why if I ever have a really, really serious relationship, I would not bring that person unless I was really comfortable with it to these events, because the women are very thirsty. Very, very thirsty.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And he's a tall, 6'5", good-looking brother. And he's standing, and these women just swooped in.
But girl, let me ask you a question about that, because this is a good point. You said if he was your man, you wouldn't bring him to that event.
Unless he knew how to handle the situation.
Okay, better.
And I'm getting to the point. So, he wasn't rude to these girls. He greeted them back, and I kind of see it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm not one, believe it or not, even though inside I want my shank.
You just try to hide your
I just
jealousy.
played off because I'm kind of curious too to know how he's going to handle the situation.
Right.
I'm
a dirty looker. I know I can't keep it off my face because there have been a couple of incidents where I've had to be taken aside, be like, look, I don't know who this bitch thinks she is, but you better end it before I do. So.
Well, and it was to the point where my friends that were standing in the group all did all at the same time, like really loud. He reaches out to me because we're probably from where Toxie is,
right?
And he grabs my hand and pulls me to him, and he goes, "Ladies, I'm here for her. This is my lady." I'm flattered, but
I'm getting a little whippy.
And that's exactly what all my friends did, all at the same time. They were like, "Oh!" And it was really loud, and he was like, so. To answer your question, I don't know. I know I'm not naive. I know he lives in a different state, and when he's not with me, I'm sure there's other women at home. But I do enjoy the fact that when he's here with me, and we have been out at other events together, he's very respectful, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not naive, but I don't need it thrown in my face either.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Nothing worse than showing up to a social event.
But with all that said, we've only communicated twice now since he's left, because he's really busy with work, and he was doing a March Madness tour with his brother, and he told me that night, he's like, one of the things I like about you is that you're not constantly on my ass. He goes, know that, I got other things going on. Another little funny bit about him is that I'm not a cuddler. Like when I first,
she's not romantic and she don't cuddle. I do both.
And I'm a kinky motherfucker.
Let me clarify. When we first go to bed, I'll cuddle up on you for 5-10 minutes. But when it's time for me to go to sleep, and I can't sleep all up in someone.
I understand that.
I need my space. So I have a king size bed at home, and so does he at his house. Well, we're in a hotel room with 2 double beds. So we're laying in bed, whatever, and he's like, I like this. He's like, you can't run from me. So all night, we're like, and he's a tall guy, and I'm like, I'm not a small girl, and so all night we're like, and it drove me nuts. I got up and went to the other bed when he fell asleep, and he got butthurt about it. I guess he woke up to go to the bathroom, and he literally did this to me. He's standing. Nothing like you're waking up and seeing this tall black man
long waving in your face.
He's like, really? He's like, I'm a little butthurt. So, and I'm like, and so he crawled into that bed with me. So I don't know.
You played Chase the Glitz all night.
So other than that, I don't know.
After hide the salami, then it was
Chase the Glitz.
We haven't. What else is going on? I had some family time today.
I seen your pictures with grandma, great grandma.
Yeah, my grandma and my mom and my stepdad all live together in St. George, and I think I've mentioned before on the show that my grandfather has Alzheimer's. Right? Did I say Alzheimer's? Oh, whatever. I've never said it.
Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, just real quick, I think your friend called you out and said not a cuddler. Smack my head. Okay, Glitz.
Who?
Your friend.
What friend?
Your brother.
Huh?
Your brother.
Oh, you gave me a heart attack. I
You
think
thought it was the other guy.
Oh, no.
You see my reaction?
I
I was
bet.
like, what?
I knew. I'm getting ready to say, what's his name?
That's why I was like, who?
As soon as we see a guy log in, LA guy, it's going to be over.
No, he
I
worked-
don't know. There's a Cali guy in there.
That's my Cali guy.
Well, it still had Cali. And actually, I knew that was. I was just
My grandfather has Alzheimer's, whatever. So
That
I don't.
forgetting disease.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It runs in the
hereditary.
family.
So it's been really hard on me because my grandfather's raised me. He was my father figure. So I don't go and see him a lot because it's very depressing to me. Because when I go, he doesn't know who I am.
Oh, that's sad.
So when it's just me there with him and the caretaker and my uncle's at work, it's depressing. So as a family, we're making more of an effort. My mom is too to make the hour-and-a-half drive down. So we did that today because it's better for everyone to cope when we're there as a group.
Right. That makes sense.
So we did that today, and I actually felt leaving good about it. I got to spend time with my grandfather. I made him do selfies with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted those. He was like, "Oh, what? Who are
take a
you?
selfie.
What am I doing?"
What's a selfie?
So I got some belated Christmas presents today.
Oh, wow. That's always nice.
My stepbrother was supposed to be coming into town from Dubai, and he's not going to make it. So my mom was holding some of our gifts. So I got a tablet that I nonchalantly tried to get Sierra to hook up for me, but she just handed it back to me. She's like, "No, you can figure it out. You can read the directions."
I want a tablet. I'm going to find you.
So I mean, that's my
It's
catch-up.
it's not that hard.
I
It's
know.
plug and play. That one
So.
is. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm actually looking at getting the larger version of that
Yeah?
tablet. Yeah.
Christopher, come hook it up for me. Also, my fucking makeup thing is not put together, and you promised me that you would do that. So.
Oh, you calling everybody out today, huh, girl?
Well, isn't he your live-in handyman kind of?
Well, he lives in the Bay Area, but he
Yeah,
comes here a
he
lot
visits.
for yeah.
Yeah.
And he's leaving now. So he has to scram.
Bye, Scram.
It's a great,
Ah.
great show for my first time listening. Thanks for the shout out.
All right,
Word.
Tox, tell us about your week.
Mine?
Other than I really disappointed you last night to the utmost.
Well, I spent every spare hour of my week planning a special surprise for my friend, Sweet Cheeks.
Here's a little more salt for that wound.
That
And
was bullshit. By the
Blitz-
way.
Blitz
It
has
was
got
very
your
min-
lemon
Oh my
juice.
gosh, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Should we go out tonight? I don't know. What are we gonna do? You get the cupcakes. I'll get balloons.
I didn't
don't know.
realize-
Well,
We
if
do
you
it.
guys were
Wait,
planning
so-
something, it'd be a really good idea to make sure the
Sure, I think the multiple requests of finding out if you're coming or not should have been
And a
clues
time.
enough.
And a
But
time.
you know what? I'm gonna to be fair about this, okay? You text me a lot especially when you're flying solo, to make sure that somebody's gonna go.
That's true, I do.
So
Out of
she
fairness, I do.
on Club Day, I often get a message from Toxie saying, "Are you going tonight?" So this was not different from another Club Day. Just want to say that.
We'll
defend
give
myself.
it
I
that.
like how
It
she's
still
trying to
doesn't-
quantify everything for herself.
But
I'm
it's
not
the
doing
truth.
it. At least we know that
That
Superman,
swinging takes preference over our friendship.
but Superman and Goldilocks are enjoying the cupcakes because they took some home.
I didn't get
so-
one.
Bitches ate my cupcakes. I will
Yeah.
bring us cupcakes next week because I feel so bad.
I don't want your cupcakes.
They were red velvet.
with cream cheese frosting
with
and
cream cheese
sprinkles.
frosting.
Yeah, I'd rather have German chocolate. See.
Well,
For the record, I
Wait a
like
minute.
chocolate.
Double
chocolate.
fuck you. Wait,
First
for
you
the
don't
record, at the
show.
swing party, they had German chocolate.
It always used
Okay.
to crack me up when I went to swing parties and they would have onion dip.
Ah,
just saying.
that's funny.
Or
right next
clam
to the
dip.
right next to
Yeah.
the flavorful make your breath hot dips, they should have a bowl. Oh, lifesavers.
Lifesaver, yeah, mints, yeah. All right, tell us about your week other than the bad part.
okay. Well, I will tell you, one evening, I'll tell you a little bit about last night, but one evening this week, my child was at practice, and one of our teammates moved in right next door to us.
Oh,
So we're
nice.
going to start carpooling.
Oh,
and
that makes life easy for
yeah,
you. Yeah,
so
good.
excited. It also means that even when my child's not there, I will have a yard full of children, as I did last night. But so she's gone to practice, and they must have got out early because Mr. Toxie and I were up in the room. Just getting in there. He was about to head down south, And all of a sudden we hear bang, 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 bang.
Oh no.
I'm home.
And then she's calling because I'm like, maybe it's one of the neighborhood kids. Just keep going. It's one, and then my phone rings and it's my daughter, and she's like, I'm downstairs. So we had to quickly, throw on clothes and
Did you finish
and
later?
head down. We did not finish later.
Oh,
So
that's brutal.
he has been reminding me because then this weekend.
Well, you didn't
we
have
didn't-
we didn't have church sex this morning?
No, because they went to Monster Trucks Friday and Saturday. I was
Dad's
home
in town
alone.
for Monster Truck always,
Right. So we have
Grandpa?
family here, and last night I rode home with some friends and just spent the night at their house. And then Mr. Toxie came and picked me up today, and we hung out there for a while. And literally, I had enough time to run home, shower, and get here. So yes, we did not finish our session, which I've been reminded of 3 million times.
So you know what? There's probably McDonald's on your bed when you get home.
There probably is. Actually, I just texted him and said I'm going to pick up Cane's on the way.
Oh, because I was talking about
Because you're
Cane's?
talking about
You're gonna
Cane's.
be a
Well, you
little
know what you do?
face-
You sit back on the pillow and you spread your legs and you let Mr. Toxic go to town while you ate
Well,
your Cane's.
now I'm going to sit on him and do it, just like.
Well, then he's got to give you $250 when you're done.
I will take it out of his secret money stash that I'm not supposed to know about. So when he goes
I'm not
in and
supposed to know about.
So when
Well, I had to tell you, but now he knows you know.
So when he goes in there and he's $250 short, I'm gonna be like, remember when I sat on you and ate cane? That shit ain't free.
That shit ain't free.
That shit ain't free. So yeah. So and
That's
then
gotta
last
be a
night, of
Twitter, by
course.
the way. Remember that time I sat on you and ate canes? That shit ain't free. That's hilarious.
Oh, I will have to remind.
Tweet that shit. That shit ain't
Talk
free.
for a moment while I tweet it, and then I'll tell
All right,
you
well,
more
I'll tell you
about
a little
last
bit
night.
about my week. I was full of porn stars Monday. God, I was so tired after that day. Kills me how you have to keep coaxing these girls. Okay, come on, why are you standing around? Come on, there's a photographer waiting over there. So I'm a constant cheerleader. And then, of course, I'm the responsible, because I'm responsible. I'm the one that gets the location. So I'm always going around picking up, the garbage. So it's a lot of work, but it's fun. And they take care of me, so I'm okay with that. But Eliza's always saying, no, sweeties, we need to start filming you with these things. And I'm like, I feel like I'm responsible. I could not stop to be filmed.
They should just film you being responsible. That's got to be someone's get-off point.
That's true. Well, today she told me, oh, we're going to film you walking down the steps.
Ooh,
Because
that's
some
a
people
good
would like
one.
that. And I said, then you got to stand behind me and get my ass walking up the stairs, too. But that's the kind of shit people want to see, just everyday normal stuff. So anyway, that was a great day. It turned out to be a really good day. And then Friday, I had a job. They contacted me early in the week and said, we need you to dance a bachelor party on Friday night, 9 o'clock at the Cosmopolitan.
I love the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, great place. So I get there, and they say, okay, we're at STK, which is the nightclub at the Cosmopolitan, okay? So I walk up there, and I'm waiting in the little sitting area outside, people watching like a mug. Okay, I'm going to take a little side trip here for a second. Now, I like to look at the girls' dresses because, I'm a big Project Runway girl, and I like to see how everything's made and what's stylish. And every fucking girl has the same fucking dress on.
Tiny little thing that looks like you're
That,
so cute every
like
time
shows
they
their
farted.
vajayjay.
Right.
And every one of these fucking girls look the same except a different hairstyle. I'm sorry. Their bodies are the same. They're looking the same. I mean, call me prejudiced, but I like me a fat chick, okay?
And they're all wearing shoes that they can't walk in because they look like
Right.
they look like they hurt.
You
They're
know
not
what?
even pulling it off.
And they're all
They're clopping around like a big old Clydesdale.
And I just proved to myself, because I always say that when you take the clothes off a skinny girl, you know what you're getting. Okay, you can tell when she's, whether she's clothed or not, you know
Unless
what you're
she's
getting.
got one of those fabulous Victoria's Secret bras on, and then the boobs disappear.
Yeah, then it's even worse.
Or the
But
butt implant.
when you take
Yeah.
the clothes off a fat chick, every fat chick is like Christmas. Because we're all, there's not one of us in this room shaped the same.
And we don't
We all-
stay the same shape through our lives either.
No. So, I'm watching these girls, and, I just, I don't know what, but I was just like the same girl, different hairdo. But anyway, I'm sitting out there. Great people watched it at the Cosmo. And so I'm texting the guy. He's like, okay. Finally, I'm supposed to start dancing at 9. Okay, they hired me for an hour. 9:30, I'm still sitting in the Cosmo lobby. So I call my booking agent. He goes, "This guy's good. It'll be all fine." 5 minutes to 10, he walks out and he says, "Sweet Cheeks." I says, "Yeah." He said, "They changed their mind because they're really behind schedule. What do I owe you?" 500. Okay, we're gonna pay you. Paid me 100 of it goes to my booking agent, but I took my 400 and walked out the door and never had to dance. So it was a great
You got
night.
paid $500 to sit on your ass
Well,
for an hour?
400, because the booking agent gets 100. 400.
But it's still technically
Right,
500.
right,
You just have to
he
pay the
paid
booking
for me.
agent.
He paid
yeah.
for me 500. Usually the booking agent gets it on a credit card, but I just, we worked it out
So
differently.
what was it? Just like a private party in the
Yeah, it
nightclub?
was a private party. They were in a private room at the club, and they just ran out of time because they were going from STK. Their limo was waiting, and they just got behind time. And I was scheduled like for 2 weeks in advance for this party. And he came out and goes, "We're still going to pay you. What do I owe you?" I said, 5. He handed me $500, and I went home.
Just to share, Goldie Lust thanked you for the coaching. She said she needed it.
I love you. I did. I coached her a lot. I'm like, "Will you please hang them titties over that railing there, Goldie?" And she'd do it. She's got a pierced nipple. Very hot. But anyway, so that's what I did Friday night. Last night I went to a swing party, which was really quite... The lady I met at the swing party was a lady who was at the shoot that we were talking to about her house. She has a house that's just a swing house. And it has...
Is she the one that does the Paradise?
No, that's a whole... I talked to them too. No, she has a different one. Tammyland, hers is called. And she has a twister room. Twister room. It's painted like Twister with a big swing in it. She has a jungle room. Just a great house. And we're going to do our next shoot there. That was one of the reasons I went to the party last night.
Can we get invited to have just like
Right.
a
I
field
just
trip?
wanna go hang out there.
We can go next time she has a party. I'll tell you. You would be surprised how many people are Red Label faces at her swing party.
I would not be
even
surprised.
at
Rooster.
the Rooster.
Oh, there are. So,
Yeah.
so anyway, so I walk in, and this guy's like, "Hey, how are you? Sweet Cheeks. Yeah, I want to get back on your show. I've got some new models. I've been trying to get in touch. I've been thinking about getting in touch with you." Somebody we interviewed at FanFest knew me, and I'm like, "Yeah, good to see you again." Okay, don't even know. So then, we get introduced to everybody, and everybody's sitting around chatting. This guy comes up with these dreads, and he sits like at the chair next to me. There's a little table between us. He says, "I know you." And I'm like, "Oh boy, it's Jack Off Face. It's Jack Off Face again. I know you." I said, "You do?" He said, "I can't picture where I know you from. I don't know." And I said,
Start with the tamest first.
I did. "Well, I do a radio show. That's the tamest of all of And he goes, "No."
Red
I
Label.
said, "Well,"
Plush.
that's what I said. I said, "I go to the Red Label a lot in the Plush." I said, "Do you know the name Sweet Cheeks?" "That's how I know you." He goes, "Oh, we've been together before."
Oh, what?
Like,
You
we haven't
can't
been
even-
together,
Oh,
meaning he's
that's
been
what I thought
together.
you meant.
No, meaning we've been
Oh.
together like he jacked off to my porn.
Okay, because I thought you forgot one that you've been with.
Oh, I'm sure there's a couple I've forgotten. But yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, we've been together." I'm like, "Oh," he goes, "Oh yeah, you've helped me out in a few situations. I'm glad I could help you."
That's kind of creepy to me.
Oh, it happens a lot to me. A lot to me. that people- I mean, I've walked, one time I was walking through the Gold Coast, and I hear, "Sweet Cheeks." I didn't know why, and I turned around, this guy standing by these machines, and he's like, "I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's you. I watch your video all the time. I can't believe it's you." And his wife was sitting right next to him.
I recently had that happen to a friend of mine. We won't. Last weekend at Winter Bash, like guys coming up to her, and it just really kind of creeps me out. I'm just like,
Yeah, I get
I
it.
love
Like,
your
I
video.
probably, you know what? Well, and when they say Sweet Cheeks, I don't know if they know me from the show. I don't know if they know me from maybe one of the reality little things I've done. I don't know if I've done a bachelor party for them. I don't know if they've seen my porn. So whenever somebody yells Sweet Cheeks across the room, I never know what I'm going to get.
That's why if I ever get into porn and it'll just be straight fetish work, I'm going to have a completely different name for that.
Yeah, well,
That way when someone hollers out, "Sierra," I know it's from the show. And then when they holler out, "porn star name," I'll be like, "Oh, you've seen my titties." So I'll know.
Yeah.
Actually, that may be my porn star name.
You've seen my titties. Is
You've
your
seen
new
my
porn
titties.
star name?
Yeah, seen my titties.
You've
That's
seen my
funny.
titties.
That's funny. So that happened last night, and other than that, I've just been really busy. Oh, and today I get a text message from somebody, and they're like, "There's this guy, and he wants to take us grocery shopping and buy us a bunch of groceries, and then us sit on his face." Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm like, all right, groceries, I'm good. Well, it turned out we never did no groceries because his roommate was locked out. But fun shit. I mean, fun shit, especially when you do it with somebody else. So me and Eliza just took turns sitting on the man's face. Now, I'm 100 pounds more than her, and the guy was having the time of his life. So that's what he wanted. It was all done. All
Are
good.
these like older men, younger men?
This guy's a college student.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody we know?
No, it's coming from out of state.
Oh.
Out of state.
You do know that if somebody hires you that we know, you have to tell us,
Oh,
right?
I never would. That you got it.
What?
Oh no, I can't tell secrets like that.
That's the PC answer
I mean, I'm gonna come in and say, hey, you know that guy that goes to the club that wears the baseball? Oh yeah, you know what he likes? He likes for me to shit in his mouth. Is that what you want me to tell you?
Yes.
Because then I know not to greet him with her like
Exactly.
like that, because I'll be all this shit, you know.
Yeah.
Did
Did you see that guy coming in for a kiss and you're like, whoa, no.
And we'd have, every time we're around them, we'd have to try and work shit into the conversation. Like, oh, that's the shit.
You shit,
Like,
motherfucker.
You
That's
should have
a
seen this
shit.
dump I
You
took,
guys,
man.
you guys,
It was
you
tasty.
know what? For the sake of, I have to keep that confidential if it's ever somebody So
Can you at least promise that she'll share if it's a shitter?
That's another good tweet.
Promise to share if it's a shitter. All right, if I get a shitter, I'll share. Okay.
Thank you. If there, can we do the shit face?
I just don't know what to say right now. I'm just really fucking tired.
If there are any shitters out there who would like to hire Sweet Cheeks.
Any shit? Wait a minute, I didn't say I like the shitters.
Wait a minute.
You're pooping on them, not them pooping on you.
Oh yeah, I'll poop on anybody. Don't you poop on me? Hell no.
What if they pay more?
To have them shit on me? Where?
I don't know. Does it involve a trip to Hawaii?
I mean,
Yeah.
is there a zone?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a zone.
an acceptable
Like,
zone?
not around my mouth, okay? No shitting here. No here.
Not in
Now,
my hair.
if you want to shit on my belly and you clean it off, we can talk about that. But ain't no shitting happening here,
So
okay?
if they want to poop. So, if you like.
I can't keep it straight, man. Wait a minute, are you trying to look for my poop? Are you want to know my poop zone?
Can I try
It's like a strike zone. It's between her shoulders and her knees. Think of it as like the strike zone between her shoulders and her knees.
It's like the soak zone. When you go to SeaWorld and there's a line, like if you see her, you will get soaked. If you go here, then you can.
God. She's got tears in her eyes.
I know.
Maybe I'm just.
I got, wait a
it
minute,
right
sometimes
now.
some of my fetish clients, they ask me to bring a partner. So when I have a shitter, would you like to come?
Have you had a shitter before?
No, I have friends that had a shitter. I personally have a shitter. I've had a peer
Would you ever turn
that
it
wanted
down?
me to pee on them.
Did you pee
I
on them?
peed on them.
I had a child. I have enough of
Poop.
I dealt with a shitter for 2
No, this
years.
guy wanted
so-
me to
What's
just,
the zone to
just-
pee on, people?
It was this area of him. Well, I peed on him. He didn't pee on me.
No, I know, but
I straddled him and just peed, and he liked the feeling of the warm pee. As long as
Which
I'm
tree?
peeing, not
The
him,
one
I'm
I-
good. Then I got
Shitter.
off.
Oh, can you at
Washed
least
up,
promise us
left.
if you get a shitter?
But nothing
You'll tell
about
us?
like sex or nothing. It was just peeing.
did he wash up?
I don't care what he did when I left. He asked me, I like the warmth of that pee. So I straddled him and peed and went home.
That's not the worst thing you could have asked for. I dated a guy, I don't know if you could call it dating really, but anyway, we had sex one time
You
and
serviced a guy.
yeah. Well, it was supposed to turn into dating and I met him on a particular
Website.
fetish website, I guess. But he wanted to wrap his cock with my hair. My hair was not nearly as long as it is now. It was a little bit past my shoulders. He wanted to wrap his cock in my hair and jack off in it. And I let him.
He should have paid you for that, by the way.
No, because we
Is
were
that a fetish for
dating.
people?
Oh, yeah. Everything is a fetish.
No, it was supposed to be dating,
Everything
a relationship
is a
thing.
fetish.
I was okay with it, but
How much money can I make with my fupa?
A
Did I
lot.
just say that a lot?
Yeah, I just need to take pictures of it and we'll post it and see what we can do with your fupa.
No one needs to know my face.
Nope.
I just called myself out. Yes, I have.
so
a
when
fupa.
you're on the fetish service website and you see a giant fupa, you all
You
know.
will know it's, wait a minute,
Wait a minute.
It's a bedazzled fupa because she wants to
Right,
be
it will be,
dazzled
too.
Dazzled fupa.
Okay, well we have to do the waxing thing. I gotta get ready.
Some guys like it hairy.
They do. Oh, a lot of guys like it al natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Where are we at showtime here,
Oh,
girl?
we got 2 minutes.
Okay.
I suppose I should start the closer.
I got. This has been a really fun show, you guys.
You had us laughing our ass
I'm
I
so
know.
bummed that I'm gonna miss the guests next week.
Oh, we've got Tyra Scott coming in. Tyra is one of our tranny friends of the show. She actually is the gal that gave us Phil Verone.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very excited. And you know what? She was bringing another tranny friend, but I think she is bringing actually a photographer who specializes in transgender photography.
That's cool.
How am I gonna miss that?
So, oh yeah, and Tyra's just a lot of fun. She's the one that told me to use hair glue on my false eyelashes. I don't know about all that now, but I sweated my false eyelashes off today when I was eating chicken and sitting.
You should charge extra for that. If my eyelashes sweat off, it's an extra $100.
Really, exactly.
I'm serious.
Huh? I should.
That's an expensive goddamn eyelash. I know you got those bitches at the dollar
I
store.
But yeah,
Did you really?
Yeah, I was buying at the dollar store.
Do they have them at the dollar store?
Oh yeah,
Are they
nice
Ardell
ones.
or-
They're very nice ones. I can get the real like I have the thick ones that I wear when I dance, but like the regular ones, they're really nice.
I paid like $5 a
I
freaking
know.
pair for them, and
I
the
know.
MAC ones are like $15.
I know. No. I don't
That
pay
shit better be reusable at $15.
Well, you
a pair.
can
All
if
of
you
them
can
are
save them, but you know when they're sweating them off
And you
while you're
rub 'em with
dancing.
alcohol
Yeah.
with the Q-tip.
Okay. So thank you, Gloria. Gloria, you guys check out Meeting Robin. Gloria
she was
Parker,
amazing.
amazing lady, great book. Next week we got Tyra Scott in studio, and great
it.
show, everybody.
It was a good show.
Was a good show.
This is Sierra,
Sweet sheets.
And Toxie.
wishing you all a good night. And remember,
Fuck
fuck
often.
often.
You're listening to Vegas All Net Radio, the final frontier of free speech.